Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao. Assalamu alaikum, everybody out there on the internet. Welcome to Chat with Tikkun for May 2023. So, Chat with Tikkun, if you don't know, is basically three things, but not really, but whatever. Um, videos I'm working on, or three main things I talk about. Videos I'm working on for the channel, change the stuff on the channel, IRL stuff. Under videos I'm working on, there's subcategories: playthroughs streams, vlogs, DIY do-it-yourself stuff, how-tos and other stuff I might be making for the channel. And the other two categories don't have subcategories because they are things that happened or didn't, with anecdotes and asides sprinkled in. Um, Going off my phone. I've not updated this in a while still though, so it's like still old. Uh, Old and busted. It's not updated up to like, a modern template of outline that I would like to be talking about. Because even, I don't know if you can see this, but it's even like on videos I'm working on right here, it says like Bloodshore and Final Fantasy 14. I played some Final Fantasy 14, but like not. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Bloodshore. Some GTA 5 in there. I haven't played GTA 5 in months, if not like a year. Star Ocean Last Hope. It's been, I don't even know. Astray Ascending, that was on Game Pass. I was like forever ago. I don't even have Game Pass right now. But yeah, this is an old effing template script, what have you. So, all right. I'm gonna try something new here because I keep wanting to like, combine that first section of like videos I'm working on and like playthroughs and streams, or just like, I mean there's like probably something that could like call it better besides like what I've been playing, because it's just like a classic podcast segment. I don't like just have it devolve into that, but this is kind of what I've been playing, because it's if I'm playing it I'm streaming it, right? So most of the time anyway, like 9% chance. It's like very often I am. If not, it's something for like the PlayStation Star stuff. I think that's what it's called. When there's like stuff on there to like play this game or do this. Because right now there's I guess I can pull it up real quick since my phone's actually cooperating and like being in focus for once, right? Um, there is this. What are these called? Campaigns or whatever. Campaigns. Yeah, there's one on here for Devil May Cry 5. I think I talked about this last time. Hard Game Club, and you have to beat it on Dante Must Die mode. Here it is. But yeah, this one, um, I have not done this one yet, so now it doesn't focus, of course. Typical. But yeah, there's that one. Um, I have not gone back and played it. I played some Shadow of the Colossus because there's one for that as well. You had to like beat the bird boss, or well, it's not a bird, but it's like a flying colossi. So that was a thing. So I went back and did that. And but like it's like, yeah, okay. So I was gonna do this because like it was like two in a row of games I had, but then the next one is Dead Cells, and I don't have Dead Cells, so I was like, oh, I can get the whole set of these. But then Dead Cells I don't have, and I'm like, well, I'm not going back to play this game if I don't own it, or like, no, I'm sorry. There's no point in like continuing this if like the next one in the series is one I don't own, so I can't go back and get the thing. And they are just like these like this is just like NFT reject project, because you're looking at like all this stuff. It's just like little figurines, and it's like, dude, I don't. You can only use it in the app. That's the scary thing. It's like, why is it tied to the app, and like you can't show any of this stuff on PSN or PlayStation Network? It's like it's all just tied to the app. So it's like, dude, I'm not. I'm kind of over it. So I'm like, whatever. I mean, that'd be like nice. Yeah, kind of neat to get that little figure of that boss. I believe that's like one of the first bosses, one of the first stages. But I don't need it. It's no big deal to me. uh, but yeah, that's a whole other can of worms as far as PlayStation Stars goes. Also, PlayStation. Yeah, it. I just feel like I'm beta testing this at this point, because even on the monthly May games, right? So it has Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Deluxe Edition and Live a Live. Both the games I purchased. But the thing about this is like, if you pre-order the games, wait, not pre-order them. I think it might be pre-order them actually. Like if you pre-order them, or if you get them before the like the campaign starts or something, it's like it's weird. It's like there's no way to like get credit for something in the system, or like in this little thing they do, if it's already like something that's going, or it's something that you've done before they start the campaign. So it's like, I have Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Deluxe Edition and Live a Live, and I purchased both of those. But then like, because this campaign didn't start until after I'd purchased them, I have no way to like yeah, you can't like grandfather like the old stuff in of like stuff you've done. Or there's no like reward process of like crediting you for stuff that you've already done. So it's just in that regard, it's kind of annoying and frustrating, and it feels like a super duper beta test. But whatever, dude. It's ultimately I'm just there for the reward points because I get so many games. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Tell me I can get money back on all the games I buy because I buy a lot. Borderline, dare I say, too many? Because yeah, I would say I do. But hey, um, wow, I was like completely like looking at my overview here, and I'm like, where am I even at? And, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, I combined them, didn't I? I was like saying I'm going to combine them. So here we go. What I've been playing, what I've been streaming, kind of the same thing. 'Cause it is the same thing. So let's start with Destiny 2 and just get that out of the way because, man, I played that way too much after Lightfall came out, the first season. I got like what level 3 something. It's on here. I could look it up. But it's like whatever. It's in the 300s. It's quite like 305 at least. Never playing that game ever again that much. Like to that extent, I was like, dude, I went way too hard on Destiny 2 that first season. Um, Season of Deep came out. I just put the stream up because I played that first week content, man, dude. The less said, the better. The more I play it, every time I'm like, after hoping I would, be, all in or not all in, but after I'd, be vindicated of like, oh, they actually, didn't take a dump on this one, that first week, and it was just all downhill right after finishing the campaign, just like it always is. It's just a live service game that's just a treadmill to nowhere. That's torture. Um, and then you get into this one, and it's like, yeah, a a psychic paracausal sea creature that telepathically communicates with Sloane and has a mental link or whatever, and that's how we're going to track down the witness. Okay, sure. Like, it's like, I would like there to at least be like, some sort of like bar that they're trying to clear as far as like, here's what the quality that we're trying to get over with our story narrative, and it's just like, dude, this is Saturday morning trash, and it's just the worst. But hey, I'm on the hook. 'Cause I already bought the season pass, so F me. So it's like whatever, man. It's like just yeah, it's yeah, just and then like the PlayStation Showcase when they showed Cade. It's like okay, I'm not going to get into it, but my theory is that Cade is still dead. They're just like in a realm where it's like the analogy I made is like okay, I'm not gonna spoil Final Fantasy X, but there's a place you go called the Far Plane, and you can like commune with the dead, and like you can meet with like the spirits or like the ghosts of like people that have died. I think as long as they've been sent is like how that yeah, as long as they've been sent, like you can go there and chat it up or whatever. Can you talk to them or at least see them or something? Anyway, so that's my theory. Is like Cade is still dead, but they are like I guess maybe on like a planet or a realm or dimension because that's how this stupid game works. It's like we're in between dimensions. We're in between time and space. It's like it's just like it got so far away from like just planetary exploration. It's just so nonsensical and like nonsense at this point. I don't care. I can't wait for it to be over, and I will never play it again after Final Shape. And I expect it to just be complete trash on the finale because it's like, dude, it's been like the lead up to it. It's like the witness came in and like cut a hole into the traveler and just like jumped through it and just what's the bill? We don't know. We played the campaign. It doesn't explain it. It's just, I know I just said I wouldn't go into talking about this game too much, but it's like, dude, just like nowhere but down. Like just it's like I was hoping they would like yeah I'd hoping they not land the plane nose first, but it's looking like they're gonna land the plane nose first, and I have no like expectations of them not having to complete just like any crash you can walk away from, and that's the end of the dark and lightness or like light and darkness saga. And then like along the way they totally just like let's copy Final Fantasy 14's notes where we team up with all our adversaries, because that was like a whole story beat when you talk to Sloane. She's like, oh, you're working with the Cabal and the Fallen now and blah 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 blah, and it's like, dude, they totally just like tried to like do Realm Reborn, but like it's not even close. Not even close, dude. Don't get me started. Just I'm glad I played Final Fantasy 14 because like, dude, that is how you do long-term storytelling over 10 years. Like Destiny 2, trash. Anyway, moving on from that game because it's trash. Been playing it because yeah, I spent the money, so now I feel obligated. And now I'm like back into just hating it all the time, right? Just back on the hate train. Back, yeah. I bought my ticket, I punched it, and then I was like, oh man, woo, for like the first 3 hours, and then it was just like, oh wait, oh wait, I've seen this movie before. I hate this movie. Now I'm stuck. And I'm stuck with it being beamed into my eyes every time I start up the movie, and I'm like, oh no, it's torture. I can't look away. And just yeah, and then I'm just hating it. And then yeah, that's Destiny 2 for me, or something like that. Yeah, let's not dwell on that trash. So Destiny 2, you, and Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak. Man, that game. When I'm playing, see that's your thing. It's like when you're playing something that's like so much better than Destiny 2, but like because Destiny 2 is so popular, and it's like I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way when like you look at like the PSN and like you see the menu, and it's like, oh, here's the most popular game in your region, and it's like sports games and shooters, and it's like, dude, why do people have like the worst, like the worst taste in games, and just like the 0 calorie just like dog vomit of like gameplay systems of just like games that are just like either games of service or like live service games that are just XP bar filling. Like when you're doing the same crap over and over, like that's all you do. Pew pew pew, shooter games, and that's it. It's like getting skins, getting cosmetics, like story narrative. What's that? It's like nope. And then it's like, I mean, that does apply to Monster Hunter, but it's like still like just the gameplay systems, man. Just the quality of life, like they finally added loadouts. I'm so not to bring out Destiny 2, but it's like they finally added loadouts, and it was like okay. It's like better than nothing. I kind of want to delete some of them because I'm like, oh, I messed up on that, but you can't. So it's like, oh, but at least on my 110, I didn't do that. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna have like 2 or like not the full amount. So I can just have this many and like not have too much going on there because I can't. Yeah, not enough full customization. It's a whole thing, whatever. But yeah, Mushroom Rise Sunbreak. Enjoying that. I finished all the master rank hunts finally, so that did that. I was kind of annoyed though because there's like one last quest that you get from the admiral. He's like, oh, here's one more quest, Hunter, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, maybe this unlocks something. It didn't. So in the top right, it just says keep increasing your master rank and increasing your anomaly research level. So that anomaly afflicted thing is just not a good, in my opinion. Like I don't. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just like you know, it's like I enjoyed the guiding lands. Like yeah, it was a bit grindy, but it's like the way it was structured, right? Because you could just stay there forever and like hunt, and that was a cool thing to me. Like you could just stay there forever, hunt monsters, get materials, go to different regions, different monsters show up, and like it goes all the way to like the smaller, larger monsters to like the apex effing elder dragons. I'm not sure where they tempered or like the tempered one shows up maybe too, but like I thought that was pretty cool. And like the fact that like you could have them all in like the same ecosystem and like have turf wars and all that cool stuff, or just all that, yeah, all the fun times. Whereas like Sunbreak, the way they did it with the anomaly stuff is just a grind, man. Like you're just you literally are just increasing numbers. Like you're just watching numbers go up. And it's like you're just leveling stuff and you're just hunting something over and over to get the level go up, and it's just super super just mechanical, I guess, in that regard. It's just not, it's like very detached from the whole like, oh, this is a really good gameplay system that's been designed to not be super robotic and like not have any type of there's like yeah there's just like nothing there. It's just you're just hunting monsters and your levels go up, but then it's just the same hunting and like breaking parts to get the materials. So it's just farming and grinding, and it's just gets old pretty fast. I mean, it gets old fast, but it's still fun. So at least there's that. It's still enjoyable, but it's like because you need it for all the augmentation and all the like in-game gear and like materials. And it's just like, man, I haven't got to the point where like I got the stuff that I needed for like all the to like unlock all the augments. So I still need to like mess with it a bit, but that was annoying. And then the like the melding they introduced with the whichever one gives you the stuff that you like, you're guaranteed to get that skill. Like that's good, but it's so random that it's like it's not worth doing it in like a normal way. It's like you should save scum that stuff because it's not worth the time to like just put all your materials in, hope you get something, and then it's always random. So it's like you might get it, and it's not the level you want it at, or it doesn't have the skill slots you need. And it's just like, dude, I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna save scum that crap because it's like, yeah. And then the armor augmentation, don't even get me started on that. That was, I would say, definitely a step down. I mean, having it be random is like a nice way to increase like playtime because it's random. So it's like you might get something really cool. I mean, before like people figured out like this is like these are like the limitations of like how this works. But then I look on YouTube and I'm like, oh, I can just look and see like what's the max whatever the F I'm looking for. So, whoops, I did not mean to do that. But then even then, because we only have like title update 3, I believe, on PS5. So they're up to title update 5 on Switch and PC. So I'm working on an armor set. I can't even like get to where I need to be because I'm missing the materials from a monster I can't find yet. So I've sidelined my light bow gun build, and then I'm just I'm not really working on anything in the game, so I'm kind of like taking a break. So there's that. Um, but yeah, I did enjoy Sunbreak, and I've yeah I had a fun time with it. So even though if we got like super grindy at the end game, mm, I enjoyed my time with it, and I'm still gonna be playing it and getting through like whatever they or whenever the new stuff comes out for it, I'll be playing it for sure. But then like maybe just like do it a couple times or just like or basically I'm just trying to like gear up my character so that when Amasu comes out, I can just like get through it, finish it, be done, and like never play it again, essentially. Um, just kind of what happened with Iceborne. It's like, all right, Vitalis is out. All right, beat Vitalis. That was it. And it's like, all right, well, until the next game comes out. Yay, that was fun. So yeah. Um, trying to stay on topic and not completely derail my brain any farther. All right. So yeah. Besides, dang it, my phone just did the thing where it like refreshed on the screen I had open, even though I didn't want to do that. Um, besides Sunbreak, which is that? Oh, okay. So Sunbreak, I am at I believe 40 parts. That's like where I'm currently at when I got to the end of the master rank quest. So when I like, so at 40, it slows down probably to just like doing the anomaly stuff again and like the next part. But it's like I'm not really gonna go super into it. So I'll play it here and there. But because I finally got done with that, I'll probably like jump to something else. Because I did one scenario in Live a Live, which I enjoyed, but I haven't gone back to it since the prehistoric thing. Which I don't know if I talked about this last time, but oh wait, no, I didn't because I'm looking at this, and this is all after the last time I took it. So Live a Live, I did enjoy. I just haven't. I've only played one campaign, so I need to do the rest of them. But yeah, since I taking a break from okay, not so much taking a break, just not playing as much Sunbreak because I'm done with it now, or I'm waiting until the next title update to like really get started back up on it. Because it's just grinding to get stuff in the gameplay loop. So until then, it's like okay, there's not really much to do here. Or there is, but it's like I said, it's just the random systems of how you get the augmentations and stuff is, yeah, at least something to be desired. And it's like I'll just go play something else. But Live a Live, I'll try to get through that slowly but surely. I guess I'll start putting that up at the first, which is tomorrow. So yeah. So that Live a Live, I should be able to get through that. I would imagine pretty quickly, and then I'm trying to think if I want to do Resident Evil 4 first, which I probably will. Because Resident Evil 4 Remake, I've been meaning to play since I got it. It's been out for like since like end of February, and I did say June I will play it before 16. So for sure, there's like let's see. So today's Wednesday, so the first Monday. Ugh, maybe we'll see what happens. I've I got some stuff going on where like I need to move a bunch of crap out of storage, so that's also a thing. Um, so yeah, but if I have the time, I will. The game that's getting focused on will be Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'll try to blow through that before Final Fantasy 16, which I should be able to because it's not like super long. So that's really, but yeah, it's just really like the main focus this month. I think is 4 Remake, Live a Live, just those two, getting through them, and then 16 when that comes out for sure. There was Forspoken DLC, but it's not on the like priority list. I'll get to it when I get to it. It's no like I kind of forgot how to play 'cause it's been so long. So there's that too. Besides that, I think it's just the stuff that's on my release list. But then, oh, actually, yeah, because there's no E3 this year, right? Because E3 is kind of dead. So the Summer Game Fest, that stuff's gonna happen. We'll finally find out what's in the second half of the year. Which man, that PlayStation Showcase. It was like I was really hoping for like more stuff. Or not more stuff, but just like to know more about like what's in the second half of the year. I mean, we already knew about Spider-Man and like how it was like coming out this year. It was just a matter of like when. But now it's like fall 2023, and that's such an ambiguous date, and it's like, dude, that's not a month. That's a that's that's a season. So it's like, that's nice to know it's coming out this year, but it's like I kind of already knew that, so that doesn't help me at all. Thanks PlayStation, thanks for that. Um, and I think besides that, it was just that one game from the Journey Pathless Abzu team or developers or whatever I'm looking forward to. And besides that, I'm kind of like just I'm surprised that yeah, like the lack just yeah, I'm just surprised, man, because I'm just like I mean, I'm not surprised because it's like we've had like the one first party game a year from PlayStation, so it's like I mean, besides last year. Last year was like the sun, like yeah, the sun and moon aligned, and we got like some good stuff. Cause we got God of War, Horizon, and Gran Turismo, and then this year we knew we were getting Spider-Man. We didn't know when, so but like yeah, and then so I'm not upset that there's not more. It's just it's I they did the thing where they show games that aren't coming out this year, so it's like I just wish it was more like the Microsoft stuff where it's like they only show what's in the calendar year that you're in, and they never go like beyond that. So you don't get your expectations too high, or like you get too overhyped on something that's way far away, and then just like it never materializes or gets like it hits development hell speed bump. Like look at KOTOR remake. Like who knows when that's coming out? Like I was a bit happy when that was announced, and now I'm like I have no idea. Just yeah, so much stuff. Yeah, but that's a PlayStation problem. It's whatever. Just it's whatever. I am getting off topic. I'm sorry. So games and stuff I've been playing and streaming. Uh, but besides Destiny, besides Monster Hunter, Live a Live, not much. Wow. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be looking at the list. But let's see. Oh, this isn't. Okay, this is something for another segment. But I do want to finally get my top games of last year done, since it's like halfway through this year and it's not done yet. So I probably just will do what I did that one time when it's like, you know what, it's halfway through the year. I don't have 5 on my list, but it's like, it's whatever. So I'm sure to go with what I got. Um, like, cause I was playing so much stuff from this year, cause this year was like so awesome as far as like the output. It's like, yeah, like it's hard to like find time to play stuff from last year, cause having all the stuff from this year is like just super awesome. And it's like, dude, I just got 4, not 5. And I'll just make a video eventually of like the 5th game of last year that was on my top 5, and then which is what I probably should do in the future. Is like if I don't have 5, it's like here's my top games of the last year, and if I get to 5, here's the rest. But game list. So what do we got? Oh, I should share this actually. So we're in June, right? And so Rise came out in January, awesome. Forspoken, I liked it. Day Rhythm, awesome. Destiny 2 is Destiny. Resident Evil 4 Remake, have not got around to it. So it was, yeah, March into February, same difference. I said late February early in the video. Forbidden West, Burning Shores DLC, definitely awesome. If you're a fan of that game, play it, because that final boss, I'm not gonna say anything. I've had a hard time like not saying anything, but that final boss, dude, that felt like old school PlayStation, like God of War Shadow of the Colossus, like screen filling epic moment of epicness that you do not get in like 80% of other games. And it's just like, dude, that was awesome. Let's see, what's oh crap, I'm having a hard time keeping my arm steady, and phone, come on, F it. Okay, there we go. So yeah, and then Sunbreak was good. I enjoyed it. Uh, it's more Monster Hunter if you're into that. Live a Live, I've only played that one chapter, but I did enjoy it. So I imagine I'll probably enjoy the rest. And then Miasma Chronicles came out, but there was no like pre-order blah 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 for it. So, and I only found it through the store when I was looking through stuff for like, is there anything else coming out? So I'm probably gonna skip that until it's on sale. There's also some other game called Redemption Reapers. That's like a strategy RPG. I'm also waiting to go on sale. So it's like, yeah, dude. It's like if there's a game that's on PSN and then like I see it and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Like I'll add it to my wish list, but I won't just like run out and get it just because it's in that month. So That's what I read into with the Miasma Chronicles. So now it's on the list. I'll get around to it eventually. And then 16 is in June. Thank goodness. Finally. I've been staying away from all the trailers, or just like when it's in it's in a showcase like it was in PlayStation. I'll just like look away until it's over, or like mute the video and then just like keep looking back, looking forward, so I don't have anything spoiled for me. Square Enix can't help themselves in that regard. Nothing for July still, and then August. Let's scroll up here. August and September are 3 games within the same week. After this nice slow period here. Oh my gosh, effing phone. So you've got Starfield, which comes out in September, and then you've got before that though, like within a week of those other two, you have effing There we go. It's like you've got Starfield in September, but within like a week, literally in the same week, you've got Baldur's Gate 3 and Sea of Stars in the previous month because I looked it up, and it's like, dude, you go through all of July and there's nothing, and it's like 3 games right after that. It's just like, like, why is that the case? Also, Little Devil Inside, like, where's that game at? We haven't seen that game. It was supposed to be out last year. MIA. Uh, Also, it seems like PlayStation totally just like stopped their like indie focus, which is a bummer. But yeah, or I guess they didn't really stop. It just seems like it's like from what I've heard and seen on different game journalist outlets, media coverage. It's like it's not as robust as it was. So whatever. I would say strike another or like add another L to the column under Jim Ryan. But I'm sick of talking about Jim Ryan every time. It's like just I'm just like every day that passes, I'm like, please let this be the day he retires and someone else takes over, because it just I don't want to get into it. But just I'm not a fan of a lot of his decisions, or a lot of the decisions that have like happened under his management. So it's like, dude, just like the Project Q thing, like who asked for that? Who wants it? I mean, that might have been just like a Sony Japan initiative anyway, but it's like I'm not getting that. Like you can play over Wi-Fi, and it's just like, but what, like on an 8-inch screen? Why would you play a PS5 game on an 8-inch screen? What? Like just 1080p, not even 4K, and just whatever. Let it go. But yeah, man, not for me. If that's what you want, have fun. Or just like VR2 and like the pricing and just no backwards compatibility. Like I'm gonna wait a long time for that one, man. Because dude, it's like it doesn't play PSVR 1 games. What? Excuse me? Like, do you know how much this is? Like, on top of like this in the cost of a PlayStation 5 is $1,000. Like, are you out of your mind? But yeah, Sony in the current era, PlayStation is just like, it's like there's too many reminiscent shades of like the PS3 era of just like, the like complete like just hubris and arrogance, and just like being completely unself-aware about it. And it's just like, just sometimes, dude, it gets old. It's just like, man, just I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna support this initiative from you, and hopefully things work out. But it's like, I'm a no vote on this. So yeah. I am off topic. I'm not even looking at my phone as far as like where I'm supposed to be in the video. Whoops. But hey, like I said at the beginning, sometimes it goes a bit aimless and gets off track. Gets a bit off track. I'm like, let's talk about Jim Ryan and why I despise him. And Sony Corporate and Sony Computer Entertainment America or Japan or like whatever their whole like, corporate decision making, and why I don't think some of the stuff's good and some of it's bad. But it's like, dude, what's going on here, man? Speaking of, like, they bought Bungie. Like, what's up with the whole? Don't get me started. But yeah, it's like I don't understand like the weird era of like exclusivity that we're in, because it's like you have all these acquisitions, right? And it's like, okay, well, they have Bungie, but then it's like the tweet came out about Marathon of it's like multi-platform. I mean, there was like that thing when they first acquired them. It's like, oh, they have their sovereignty or whatever the word was they used, of like they're independent, they do whatever they want. So it's like, but you bought them, so what? whatever, okay, let them do their own thing. But it's like, like, why did you even do that then? I would say they definitely overpaid for sure, like billions of dollars for Bungie. Um, and then you have, oh man, I was like, okay, to get it back on track though, I was super surprised about the Microsoft deal for Activision not going through. Like I was expecting that to go through. Like I was expecting them to acquire Activision Blizzard, and like they would own Call of Duty, and then they'd own like all those other IP and games and whatever, and it's like it didn't happen. I'm like, what? So that was surprising to me because I was totally just expecting that to happen, especially after like the whole 10 year 10 year contract with Nintendo, and I'm like, no, nobody plays Call of Duty on Nintendo, Nintendo consoles. So that's pretty funny because like yeah, we signed this agreement with Nintendo. And it's like, do they even publish? Do they even publish or develop Call of Duty on Nintendo platforms? Because I do they? Because I feel like it's never mentioned if they do. Cause it's just anyway. That's a whole other can of worms. Um, where are we at? PlayStation streams. I've talked about that. Yeah, I've talked about PlayStation streams. What's coming to the channel, and Final Fantasy 16 is basically the big game this month, or not next month. Yeah, dog. Yeah, 16 is the big game in June, but it's like 20 days away. It's like the 22nd, I believe. If I have this still open on my phone, I can check it. No, I don't, but I just showed it to the screen, and then it had the date. So it's like, I think it's the 22nd. So it's like the end of, it's like, yeah, past the middle of the month, toward the end. I was going to take vacation for that game, but then something else came up, and I was, well, okay, here's the thing, is like, I was going to take vacation for that game, but then I was like, it's just a JRPG. I can play through in like a week or whatever. And it's like, also, I just really want Starfield to be like, that game that I'm like, in my brain thinking of all the time of like, Andromeda was close. I enjoyed Andromeda, not to like get too into that, but like there's like still stuff in that space of like planetary exploration, third person action. Like it can be a thing, and it's like but then it's like yeah, not a lot of studios are gonna touch that, and then like if anybody's got like the budget and time, it's Bethesda being backed by Microsoft. So I'm hoping it works out. Definitely looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens. And then also, but like that happened, and then something else lined up with it that I'm, thinking about uh, attending. That will, that's gonna be like a whole other can of worms for another week for wait until September for that one. That time we're taking that'll be interesting. Um, but then like yeah, there's like 3 games coming out as well. Like, cause you have Starfield, you have Baldur's Gate 2. I'm sorry, not 2. This is not 1999. You have you have Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3, and Sea of Stars. Those 3 games within like a week or two, and I'm like, dude, I'll just take off for that. But then something else came up that's happening, so there's that too. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just take off for Starfield instead, because Final Fantasy 16 is just 1 game in the middle of June, and then I know I'll get through it because there's nothing else coming out. Like I showed in the thing, like July is nothing right now. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Is like asterisk for now, because who knows? Like Summer Game Fest, they might show some stuff. Stuff might get announced or dated. Tekken 8 is supposedly this year, just like Street Fighter is, and like Mortal Kombat is maybe next year. But another thing cool that's kind of cool is like the the continued resurgence of the fighting game genre is like I would say we're still riding the way from 4 honestly. Like 5 was like a letdown initially, but they turned the ship around after a long not to get too into the whole fighting game thing, but like it's just been nice to see the genre like have a nice resurgence and like stay in like a thriving mode. That being said, they kind of need to work on the whole like season pass thing and like keeping the prices of games not super crazy high, because that's why I stopped playing so many, because every game has a season pass and it's like that stuff on top of a $60 game, so it's like that's like $60 to play, and then like you don't even get all the extra stuff, so it's like, and then okay, one last thing. Not every game bundles everything into like the game of the year bundle or like the complete bundle anymore, which super killed it for me, because I would just wait for like the Mortal Kombat Ultimate editions. I got those because I'm like, dude, I'm not buying the DLC, and I'm not gonna like just wait, or I'm sorry, I'm not gonna buy the base game and then keep buying DLC after the fact. I'm just gonna wait for it to all be bundled together and get it all when it's like half off, because it's like at that point it would have been out for like however many years. So it's like, why would I pay that like through the nose for a game that's like 5 to 10 years older? That's exaggeration. Like, or however old it is, it's like I'd rather just get it for like $20, get all the crap that comes in it, and be able to have fun with it. It's like, yeah. And then by then, it's like I can't even play online because everybody else is like so far ahead as far as like the skill gap. So it's like, pfft. But that being said, that's how I play fighting games now. Like I don't even play multiplayer, which is like weird. I just play single player and play a story and enjoy the nonsense of like the the weird story and scenarios. But yeah. Not to get too far off track, it's just like nice to see that the resurgence of the genre continues with Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken 8, and just like they're still around. There's a long time. There's like it seems like for like a while there it was like the genre's like possibly on the decline or falling off, or everybody like has like nothing good to say, and it's like okay, well, it's been like a long time of this new golden age that we're in. So I think we can be happy about that about where we're at there in that space. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about before I just said that. I was talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about, and I just got jumped into fighting games. So, something about Summer Game Fest. But yeah, like when we finally do get more games and release dates for the second half of the year, I have a better idea of, like what to look forward to. Because I was expecting more, honestly. Like I said this is the year of the video game, and like the year of video games. I mean, it's been a good year, but like I was I was expecting more, and it's like it's not to say it's not been a good year, but because it has been, it's just I was expecting like games every month or games every week, and it's. I mean, that being said, it's I still have to remind myself remake part two, Final Fantasy VII remake. It's supposed to be this year, so we get two Final Fantasy games, dude. It's a wrap on that one. That is a lock. That is like that one year we got two Final Fantasy games, and in the same year they're both awesome. 16 by Yoshi P, and then remake part two, Nomura. I don't know, man. I mean, okay. I don't care about like all like the weird, like artistic changes that they've made because you can always go back and play the original. But just that's what makes me like interested in seeing like what they do. It's like because the original game is 3 discs, and they're like this is only a two-parter, and it's like what? Like they haven't they've only left Midgar. They are like at the end of disc one. There's two more discs of content to like get through, let alone like are they going to even like do the super boss thing? Like I'm just like dude, they're like well, like what? Because I was expecting them to do way more with that game and just like pump out so much content and like and like monetize the crap out of it and be like we're not going to just remake 7. We're remaking Advent Children. We're doing Dirge of Cerberus. It's all gonna be connected. We're gonna like make it into its own MCU of like all these $60 games that you're gonna have to buy to like they all connect and they all like interconnected. And it's like you think the MCU is an insane polymorphic media crossover. You've not experienced crossover until you've like dipped your toe, which you haven't even dipped your finger into like Final Fantasy 7 like itself, which is like I mean in the olden times, not like the remake. The remake they could have like went insane with it. I mean yeah, we got Crisis Core, which Crisis Core is good, man. That was a good remake. Or I'm sorry, remaster. That was a remaster, but like super solid. If you play the PSP version, you play that, and it's just like, dude, this is wow, and just yeah. And I was expecting them to do like way more. It's like Zach gets like a trilogy of games. There's like an Avalanche prequel series. I'm surprised how restrained Square Enix was with like 7 remake, because man, I was expecting them to just like throw everything in the kitchen sink and just like pump it all out. But I guess like after the Soldier Battle Royale game just completely took a dump and like failed for them as far as like monetarily, they're like maybe not so much. But it's like, dude, I would have bought. I mean, outside of free to play crap like that, it's like I would have bought all of it, and like I was looking forward to that honestly a bit, because I was like, oh man, what did they like give like Advent Children DLC that's like after, and it's just or like Crisis Core, and it's like I was really excited to see like how far they would go to just like completely milk it, but then it was like it would have been worth it because it'd been like current graphical standards of like 4K 60. It's like I was so hyped at the time, and now it's like I'm kind of bummed out. Like in a weird way of like, I wanted to pay more for this, and like they're only giving us 2 games. I'm like, come on, Square. The one time you don't pump the cash cow, and it's Final Fantasy 7. Like what? Like, okay. I mean, I guess I'll take it because that's what I would have expected, and like I'm just surprised they showed restraint. But I guess I'll take it. That's like kind of respectful of them because they usually don't do that. It's usually just like we will not go to. There's no links we will not go to drive something into the ground and make money off of it. I mean, it's more of a Western thing, but like maybe that's why. But Square Enix has done it like a lot in the past, so I was expecting that, but they didn't. So props to them, dude, because I was like, they're not gonna like not just completely wreck this with money grabbing monetization and nonsense, but they didn't. So props to them. So that's super surprising. Yeah, for sure. Man, off topic, completely off topic. Sorry, but yeah, okay. I gotta wrap this up because I have like a game night with Fall Guys coming up. 8 o'clock. It's currently 7:56. And if I don't, I'm just gonna keep rambling about random stuff. So anyway, Summer Game Fest. We'll know what's in the second half of the year. Hopefully, it's awesome stuff. Cyberpunk DLC is also in the second half, but it's like I think, but I honestly just I can't talk about Cyberpunk itself without spoiling it because I have qualms. Okay, I don't have qualms with the ending, but like the way the ending was, it made it seem like any DLC would be completely like irrelevant or just like not matter. So it's like I don't care that it's getting DLC because of the way that the campaign ends, and it's like, well, what the f, man, and just or if they like if they did like some epilogue DLC, that'd be cool. Like they could do that, like depending on like how it was done. That there's like a small window of like stuff they could do, but that's what I'm more interested in, and like they're not doing that, so it's more side story for V when stuff's going down. And it's like okay, so I mean if they did more world building and stuff, I guess we'll see if it's an actual legit expansion. But I have like a low bar of expectations for that one. And I'm not gonna get into full price because yeah, what went down with that game, just yeah. The more I think about it, the more it hurts. I mean, I enjoyed it, but yeah, like my game crashed like 30 times on PS4, and I still haven't gone back and played the PS5 version to like see how much better it is. So it's just that's how bad it burned me. I still like yeah, I still support CG Project Red though. Like if they put out something else, I'll be behind them. Uh, okay, let me read down the flipping. I go off my actual thing now instead of just like talking off the cuff here. All right, vlogs. Did I mention something? There's something I mentioned, didn't I? About something. I was like, I can't remember what it was now, and I'm just like, dude, there was something I was gonna bring up, or I already brought up. I don't even remember now. It's whatever. But no, nothing happening about as far as new vlogs go. Um, so yeah, I mean that's usually how this goes. Like the rest of this stuff is like nothing going on really besides the gaming and playing and streaming. Like everything else is like it's there, but it's like I'm not doing anything. Uh, so yeah, how to DIY and other stuff, not so much as well. Change the stuff on the channel, nothing happening there. Oh, but there's a nice little announcement. So 2,000 subscribers finally. That was awesome. So I got my maybe that's what I was thinking of like earlier. But anyway, so I said once 2,000 subscribers, we're gonna do Renegade Shepherd. So that's happening. I will restart a Mass Effect playthrough just for YouTube. I'm not gonna stream it on Twitch. But but I was thinking I'm not just gonna go and play Renegade. I'm gonna do like so many playthroughs of that game. Like you're all good. I'm sorry, like sorry in advance because you're all gonna be sick of it. But I'm doing like I'm gonna do Renegade and I'm gonna do Evil Shepherd, and I'm gonna do like I'm trying to think because it's like I've done my Shepherd like twice through because I did like the vanilla on like back in the olden times, and then the legendary edition, and those are both dude Shepherds. But then it's like now let's do Femshep, and it's like Jennifer Hill, yeah, let it be. Um, check out that voice track because I've already played through the entire game as my dude character. So let's make it Femshep. I mean, I was doing a Femshep playthrough before. I don't think I finished it like back when it came out on PS3, the first game. So I'll do that. I'll start off from the beginning, play Renegade, and I'll be evil. Um, and I'll probably do some other stuff. Maybe. I'm. Besides those two things, I might think of something along the way. I'm thinking of doing a Saving the Morden campaign, honestly, because it's like you have to do a lot of weird stuff to save Morden, but you get like a cool. Well, I haven't actually seen it, but like you do get dialogue with him in 3 when you get to that scene where like everybody says their goodbyes. So I've not actually seen that with my own eyes. I've only seen like screenshots and like part of it, on YouTube. I haven't actually gone and looked it up though because I didn't want to spoil it. So like, I would do that just to like save Morton, and then like be like, all right, save Morton at the cost of like everything else that goes wrong when you do that. But Morton made it out. Yes. So I'm gonna do Morton. Yep, save Morton. So yeah. So Renegade, Evil Shepherd, and then saving Morton. And then there's the 3 playthroughs for Mass Effect that we're getting from the 2,000 subscriber thingy. And then yeah, that's that is one thing that's going to be changing on the channel is more Mass Effect for sure. IRL stuff, don't don't even get me started about the whole online dating thing. Is that it's been completely unsuccessful. I don't want to talk about it. And then I'm kind of just like not even going to mess with the whole political discussion right now because it's just I just don't feel like jumping into that right now. So it's like no IRL stuff talk right now because nothing but bad news all the time. So yeah, or just I just went in this video too. So there's that. Also, I'm like I need to go. I need this video because I need to go play Fall Guys because I have a game night. So there's that. But yeah. Monster Hunter Sunbreak. I will keep playing that because you need to keep upping your research thing. So I will keep doing that, but the problem is it's just super grindy. 'Cause you have to do, I mean, you don't have to do one monster at a time, but it's like that's kind of the way it seems like it's structured is like to do it one monster at a time and then just like boost them all. But like the gap that or the, I'm not sure if you can like get higher levels as far as like when you're leveling them besides like increments of 10. Because it seems like it goes in increments of 10, but that just it's not very time conducive. It's just a super grind. So I'm thinking of maybe doing that off stream, but then why if I might as well just keep streaming honestly because I'm gonna keep playing anyway, and then when the next tile update stuff comes out, I'll jump into like whatever the new monsters are because I need the Risen Valstrix anyway for my legs, and then I'll have my light bug set at least, and then we'll just wait until Masu's out and murder that thing, hopefully, and then that's the end of Rise, or that's the end of that'll be the end of Rise and Sunbreak, just like Vitalis was the end of Viceporn. So until until fingers crossed, Monster Hunter World 2, please, Capcom, yes! And then, if we get it, we get it. If we don't, there's always the PS2 game I'm thinking of going back and playing now, because I've been playing it. I've been playing Rise and Sunbreak, and I'm like, you know what? I was so down on Destiny, and like I played this, and it brought me back up. And I was like, dude, this game is fun. I'm enjoying myself. It got a bit grindy, but then it got fun again, and I was like, I still am in love with this franchise 20 years later or whatever, so it brought me back from like the lows of playing Destiny 2 for like way too long, and I was like, I'm just like exhausted. I don't want to play anything, but I'm playing it. I'm like, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the monster hunt. So yeah, that is it for now. But yeah, I think that's everything. If it's not everything, I'll make a note of it on my phone in some document and be like, oh, did not talk about last time. I guess I'll get around to it next month. But yeah, that is. There's something I can't remember. There's like something I wanted to talk about, and I was gonna save it for the next section. Was it the Shepherd thing? It was probably the Mass Effect thing, because I was like, there's no DIY vlog thing, but there's something. So I guess it was probably that. It had to be that, right? It had, like, what else is there besides the 2,000 subs? Anywho, but yeah, thanks everybody for like subscribing and crap. So let's just keep on keeping on with that, and tell a friend, and maybe they'll tell a friend, and you're all subscribe and like everything, and slowly but surely, 5,000 years later, when I'm frozen in carbonite, 1 million subs. Yeah, but yeah, you're right, or however long it takes, really, because at this point I'm already thinking of like splitting the channel to like do other stuff. So it's like I said that last time, right? Like all the stuff that's just like, dude, the centralized thing is not working. I need to like just split it. It's like each thing has like its own niche and like focus, and like yeah. Oh, I was thinking about like bringing back some of the comic stuff, but it's very specific. Like I want to do like the 700 number ones that like Comixology gave away that one time, and just do like one at a time, like over time. That's like 700, which is like 700 videos, like in the future, and then also get back on Saga, man, because I haven't read Saga since. I think I'm like 60 something. Issue 40. I'm up to 60. I didn't stop at 40. I stopped at like 40 something, and they're at like 60 something. So I'm like 20 issues back. I really need to get back onto that because I love that book. But I would like to be doing that every month as far as like when Saga comes out, making a video review of each issue. But So I need to get caught up on that, get back in continuity with it. But yeah, that is it for this video. So I'm gonna do there. I just, and I say that, and I just think of something. My brain was like, it just went to like, you're wondering like what I just thought. I just thought basically, I said comicsology, and my brain just went to like subscription services, and then my brain is just like, the the paywall hell that we live in. I could just make a whole thing, a whole video I could do about that. But like, and then just like, yeah, and then the rage comes, and it's just like, effing paywalls and effing, just don't get me started on that crap. Anyway. Why pay once when you can pay forever, right? Yeah. Money, money, money. Effing corporate scum. Alright, so yeah, that's it for this video. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends or not, that's cool too. And until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.